I would tell freshmen coming in to high school to value their time that they have in high school because it doesn't last that long.
I would tell the freshmen don't take their time here for granted because it really does go by fast, and once it's over, you're gonna miss it a lot.
A piece of advice I'd give freshmen coming into high school is to visualize a goal or an objective that you have for the end of your high school career and understand the steps that you need to take to get there, because as you go through your high school career, you'll have fun moments and sad moments and times that are scary, but when you get to the end and you're looking back as a senior, you'll be able to feel proud of the goal that you met or the thing that you accomplished while also having all these memories that were happening along the way.
It'd be easier for you if you ended up staying on top of your assignments, but also making sure that you don't put too much pressure on yourself.
The thing I would tell incoming freshmen to Litchfield High School is to not worry about what other people think of you and to just be yourself.
Incoming freshmen, I would say always do your portfolios and make sure you turn everything in on time, because once you're a senior, you're going to regret it if you don't do that.
High school goes by quick. I didn't think I'd be graduating. Well, I knew I was going to graduate, but I didn't think it was going to go this fast. Just take it day by day and always walk on the right side of the hallway so you don't get, well, for first offs. Then once you get older, you can just kind of do whatever you want.
I would tell an incoming freshman to embrace every single moment and always do everything, be involved in anything you possibly can, go to all the sporting events, and be in every single club that you want to be in.
I'd give freshmen the advice to just not worry about classes, just have fun.
One thing I tell them is that even though 4 years is a long time, it goes by super fast. So don't take any moment for granted and really kind of cherish the moments, because you got 4 years, but it's a short 4 years.
One thing I would tell an incoming freshman is just to have fun and not, well, to worry about your schoolwork, but not stress about it 24/7, and to take a moment to relax and have fun with your friends.
A piece of advice I'd give to a freshman would be, like, don't pick on someone because they don't know something. If you need help, ask. And, like, if someone doesn't know, like, just ask someone else. Don't give up. You can do it. You can get through it.
No matter how bad it gets, it's going to be over in the end. Just get through the day.
I would tell incoming freshmen to just enjoy your time here in high school, because it ends a lot quicker than you realize. So,
A piece of advice I would give incoming freshmen is always try your hardest. If you give up, you're not going to succeed, and if you keep going even when things are rough, knowing that you're going to make it to an end, here is an amazing achievement in your life.
One piece of advice that I'd give to a freshman: do your homework.
One thing I would tell incoming freshmen would be get involved with your school, try out for more sports, and join clubs.
A piece of advice that I would give to an upcoming freshman is that school's not bad at all. It's pretty easy and just chill.
Well, definitely speaking to the freshman class, I was definitely shy, and as a senior now looking back, I would say to believe in yourself and never underestimate what you believe in and never give up on your dreams.
One thing I definitely tell an incoming freshman is do everything that the teachers tell you to do. Don't skip anything. Don't be behind. Stay on track. Keep your mind on the path it needs to be on and get everything done.
I would definitely say to keep your grades up and keep working forward on making sure your grades are above level than they should be. School should not be something you slack off. I learned from freshman sophomore year, I never really cared much about school until I joined football. That got me into the attitude, and I got high honor roll because of it. So anyone can do it. Just keep pushing forward.
One piece of advice I'd give you is to do your work. Make sure don't fail a class, because if you fail in freshman year, you'll just have to make them up.
I would definitely tell them that, I mean, it's going to be a difficult process, but it's all about your mindset in it, because if you think most people would think day to day in terms of like, oh, this is taking forever, but you start thinking more longer term and time starts to fly by more, and you really focus on the time that you spend with people rather than the actual like school part of things, because that is important, but you find more joy in the people than you do in the actual school aspect of things.
Do your homework. That's definitely one thing that will, because if you get in the habit your freshman year doing all your homework, then you won't procrastinate as much your senior year. It won't be as hard as it would be if you wouldn't do your homework.
Piece of advice I would probably have to give is just don't procrastinate. There is no point in procrastination. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but you know, when you got that 6, 7, 8-page paper that Lamore signed you and you wait till the last 2 days to do it, you know, you got to write 3 pages every day, so it kind of takes a toll on you mentally, and then you're kind of panicking to get it done, and then it just destroys you mentally.
A piece of advice that I'd give to upcoming freshmen would be to actually do your schoolwork. Like, I know it seems like, oh, it'll buff, but it won't buff. Like, at the end of after the 4 years that you've been here, you realize that you've just wasted time just not doing your homework when you could have been getting stuff done, and you could have moved on with your life a little bit more.
I would tell a freshman that that whatever it is that they are scared about or whatever they are worrying about is not going to be anywhere as bad as they think so not to be nervous.
I would tell the incoming freshmen to always be yourself, and in the words of Cinderella, have courage and be kind.
As one piece of advice that I would give to incoming freshmen is just like, don't be scared, because I know it can be a little bit intimidating, but really, like, it flies by and you just want to make the most of it. You want to get involved, you want to put yourself out there and really just like have the best 4 years.
If I was to give freshmen incoming advice, it'd probably be to make sure you do your work, because it's going to mean a lot more to you down the line in your later years of high school. And that's probably the only thing I could say, was just to give them more work, or like do your work.
Freshmen coming up, I would tell them to keep their friend group small and to focus on school and to follow their dream.
I say the best thing to do is to pretend you have confidence in everything you do, or just lie to everyone. But an actual answer would be like participating in class.
I would tell incoming freshmen to not take their time at high school for granted and to appreciate every minute of it.
I would tell freshmen if you could work under pressure, that'd be great, but if you can't, then I wouldn't do it, because you're going to be really stressed out. I know I can work well under pressure, but if you want to have a fun, memorable high school career, just don't procrastinate.
Listen to the teacher when he warns you. Don't lay in your chair, you can fall.
They should do their homework.
I would tell incoming freshmen to be really involved in school, because it's really important and it's a great opportunity to meet new people, and Litchfield has a lot of opportunities to do that, including like the play.
Well, something to definitely do for the freshmen is definitely do your senior seminar, because that will creep up on you really quick, and then you're going to have to rush if you don't do it. And you know what, you really don't think you're going to miss this, but after the pandemic, I really miss coming to school and hanging out at the cafeteria and everything with my buddies.
A piece of advice for freshmen is don't be nervous. It's just like another year of high school, but you're just with the big dogs now.
Something I would tell the new freshmen, don't worry about it. It's not as hard as if middle school teachers make it out to be. You always get to spend time with your friends in the hallways in the morning, and sometimes you even have them in your classes, even if they aren't even the same grade as yours. Like, for example, like you could have a friend who's going to be a sophomore next year, and you might have a class with them. So don't worry too much about it. It's not that hard.
One thing I tell incoming freshmen is it's not that bad as long as you make the most of your time here, and there's not that much to worry about as long as you do everything that you're supposed to do.
What I would say to freshmen coming into high school, make sure you do the senior seminar whenever you're a senior, because that was really hard for me.
If I was to tell like incoming freshmen anything, like one thing I realized when I was trying to get all my files off my computer is that I did not title them well at all, so I didn't know what anything was. So if you're gonna like have a bunch of documents, make sure you like title them like in depth so you know what you're looking at.
Something I would tell freshmen is don't get into drama. It ruins a lot of things. Mainly just focus so much on school. Don't worry about what other people think.
Advice I'd give to freshmen would be to be involved in everything, go to sporting events, cheer on teams, be involved in any club you can, and just work hard at everything you do.
I would tell the incoming freshmen to just make the most of it and enjoy every second of it.
Piece of advice that I'd give freshmen is to try to stay confident. You don't want to be shy about your teachers. Anything that you struggle with, you can always ask. They'll be there for you. Especially, like I said, Mr. Elvers. He might not know about everything that you're struggling with, but he sure will try.
One piece of advice I'd give them is probably not take your time here for granted, because it sounds like 4 years is a lot, but whenever you get going, it's really not a lot, and it really flies by.
Freshmen coming into high school, do yourself a favor, just don't slack off. You're gonna regret it towards the end.
I would tell the freshmen to just be yourself. There's no standard format for high school. There isn't. You don't have to join a sport. You don't have to be a part of a club. You just do whatever you feel like you should do, and you will have a good time in high school.
A piece of advice would be to stick with yourself and mainly only trust yourself. It's like, make as many friends as you can, but know that you are your worst enemy, and that you should love yourself before you could even decide to love somebody else or even be friends with anybody else.
A piece of advice I'd give to the freshmen is do not waste your time, do not take it for granted, because it can be over like in a flash, and do not cause drama, because as a senior it'll make your high school career a lot easier if you don't get into drama.
I'd say the most important thing I'd tell a freshman is just simply don't be dumb. Don't do things that are going to get you in trouble, and just be yourself, try and have fun. And then also, I think the best way that I found that you can learn is to pay attention in class. I know it can be boring, but just sitting there and doing the notes, or actually making sure you're listening to the teacher, can make homework and just actually test so much easier.
One piece of advice that I'd give to freshmen is always do your homework and turn it in on time. That was a mistake I made.
I'd tell a freshman to work hard their first 3 years, so their senior year is a lot more fun.
I would tell them to not stress too much. In middle school, the teachers made it seem a lot harder than what it was. So my one piece of advice for incoming freshmen would be not stress and just really listen to the advice your teachers and even upperclassmen give you, because they've been through it.
Definitely try to get out of your comfort zone. Do a sport you never thought you would like. Take a class you never thought you would like. Try becoming friends with people you wouldn't usually talk with. I guarantee it's going to make your high school experience a lot better.
One piece of advice I'll give freshmen: don't be scared and don't hold back. There's nothing to be scared of. It only gets better.
Some advice that I give a freshman is just to enjoy it, because you never know when your last day is going to be, as all the seniors can tell you. Just have fun and don't worry about the people who are judging you, because if they're going to judge you, they're behind you for a reason. So just be yourself and have fun.
A piece of advice that I would give to an incoming freshman would be to, have a good time while you're here, because it does fly by. Even though it seems crazy, everyone says that it does.
The advice that I can give to a freshman would definitely be get involved in everything you can, because time flies.
One piece of advice would be definitely do your best and don't procrastinate. I am one person to procrastinate, and it's terrible. If you procrastinate and put things off, it just makes things a whole lot worse, and it makes your life so much more stressful.
One piece of advice I would give is don't procrastinate. That's a really big thing. I did that, and I just kind of skimmed by, but I did it.
Piece of advice would definitely have to be don't be as scared. Just kind of make friends as quick as you can, and then put your nose to the grindstone and just get to work. It'll be very fun. It'll be a lot more, I guess you could say, worth it to do that, just because you'll feel comfortable within the first 2 weeks if you do that, because you'll have the friend group that you want, and you will have the support system you want to go out and do whatever you want, whether it's sports or join different clubs in the school.
Some advice I would give an incoming freshman would be don't waste a single moment and don't take things for granted, because these 4 years really do fly by.
My
biggest advice that I could give a freshman is to find a good clique. Like, don't find someone that's gonna be mean to you or treat you nice one day and treat you mean the next day. Find your friends and stick with them and make sure they're actually your friends. They're gonna help you through the most.
I would tell them to never, ever, ever procrastinate on their work ever, and to always get it done immediately when they need to, whenever it's assigned, and get it turned in when you need to, because once you are behind, it doesn't matter what grade you are in, it's going to be a hassle to get caught back up.
One piece of advice I would give is do not procrastinate and just have fun.
To give the piece of advice to him, to not be scared. There's people around you. Don't let them bug you or anything. Just make friends and communicate and just listen to teachers and just hang out with people.
To incoming freshmen, I'd say just enjoy it while it lasts because it goes by quick. There's a lot of memories and you just want to enjoy it while you can.
One piece of advice I'd give is probably just to kind of go with the flow, like don't think about it too much.
High school is not really hard unless you make it hard.
One piece of advice I would give to freshmen is don't be afraid to try out for things like the musical or like band or choir if you want to do that, because you'll end up enjoying it and it's definitely worth it.
Probably a piece of advice I'd give them was join clubs, get yourself involved in other sports and everything. Get to know all the upperclassmen too. It really helps when you need help with something if you have somebody that's been through something that you're just now starting out doing. So, and really just ask for help when you need it.
A piece of advice that I would give to freshmen would probably be to never doubt yourself. Like, always keep trying and keep trying. Don't ever give up. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter how you feel, like, you always just stick out and keep trying until you succeed.